Welcome to a brand new video on the old school RuneScape versus RuneScape Free series, where I do specific bosses or activities for 10 hours on old school RuneScape versus RuneScape Free, comparing the loot and experience on both games, and figuring out how much money we've made on RuneScape Free when converted to old school RuneScape. And today we will be taking on the notorious God War dungeon boss, General Grador. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you for the patience on waiting for the videos to come out. We do have Group Iron Man coming out in a few days' time, which I do have a team and a very interesting plan for, so expect lots of content around that time. And don't worry, I am still actively playing fat checks and working towards the series end. It's just taking forever. With all of that being said though, guys, if you do enjoy today's video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. And before today's video begins, a quick word from today's sponsor. Opera GX is an internet browser that focuses heavily on gaming and has a ton of useful integrations such as WhatsApp, Instagram, Discord, and a whole bunch more, and they make it incredibly easy to access. And probably my favorite part for any of you gamers out there, the GX control allows you to control the amount of RAM that's used and also CPU, so you can make sure that you don't lag when you're playing games while listening to music or watching videos on the side. And if you're anything like me and you have about 10 YouTube videos loaded up while you're gaming, you can easily monitor them and keep them running. I just killed Raikesy. Another thing that I enjoy about this browser is the amount of customization that you can make to it. You can upload any of your own wallpapers, and you can also select from a broad range of their default HD ones, among many other customizations you can make. Another cool feature is GX Corner, where they will show you a bunch of games that you can play for free, the most popular games of the week, and offer you some of the best deals that you can find online for certain titles for when you need a little change of pace. On top of all of that, Opera GX is completely free to download and use, and is also available on mobile. So if you want to download and start using this awesome browser, feel free to click the first link down in my description and download Opera GX today. We currently have 3,000 charges on the Sanguesti, so 9,000 bloods. We also have 10k bloods, 10k death runes, and 2,000 soul runes for Blood Barrage and Ice Barrage. We have the Nightmare Staff, because we can't afford the Kodai, but is effectively the exact same as the Kodai, minus the special effect for Water Runes. So this will be our Freeze Catcher. And we also have the Zamorak Spear to be able to get our KC with. Maging Bandos is probably one of the easiest ways to kill this boss. The only trouble with this is it is quite expensive in terms of runes, but the general premise is you effectively attack the boss with your Sanguesti or your Trident, then every time it's unfrozen, you simply cast a freeze and rinse and repeat. Well, that's the first troll drop of the 10 hours. That's minus 500k, man. Oh my god. Pretty much all of the loot that I just got from that hour has gone. 100 Bandos KC. That means I died on my 100th kill. We're 2.5 hours in. I've used 3,000 bloods and deaths from my rune pouch, and I've used over 1,000 charges on the Sanguesti. I've used over 6,400 bloods so far, and we've done 2.5 hours. I really need to start getting some drops, or this is gonna be becoming very expensive very fast. The curse of the javelins. Oh, I moved him. Oh my god! Yo! We got General Grador Jr. Oh my god! Look at him! Holy crap, he looks so good! That's my first God Wars pet on this account. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. We've not had ourselves a drop, but somehow we've managed to pull the pet. How did this happen? Holy shit. Oh my god, I'm absolutely stoked right now. That is honestly like the best thing I could have got from this. I don't even care about the drops. I've always wanted this pet. God, right. I need to tell you. I need to get out. Come here, boy. Let's have a little talk real quick. Look at his little derp face, man. He's adorable. I guess that's the first God Wars drop outside of the pet we've had. It took us 6 hours to get, but we got a Godsword Shard from a minion. Nothing from the boss yet, though. I'll take it, I'll take it. We've officially passed the 5-hour mark. We are halfway. This is turning out to be quite an expensive affair. I am gonna go figure out how much I've used in blood runes, how much I've spent so far, and also how many kills that we've managed to get with just doing Mage Bandos. It has been very, very fast, but very expensive. It looks like we have used ourselves a total of 11,836 blood runes, and roughly 6,000 death runes for the first 5 hours. In blood runes alone, we've used almost 5 mil, and then with the death runes included, I'm assuming that'd be another mil. We're about a 6 mil loss right now, which is precisely why I'm changing the gear, and as you can see, we are going to be ranging Armadillo in more or less best in slot range gear. When we started the 10 hours, we had 79 KC. We ended with 173, meaning that with Mage on average, we were getting 18 to 19 kills per hour. Right, this is my first time doing this, by the way, so yeah, pretty much how I expected that would go. It wasn't just the once. We died again, and again, and again. And I totally did not leave any deaths out of this video. 200 KC officially has been hit. I've had 1 Bandos hit, and I've had 1 Bandos pet, very luckily. But I've had nothing else yet, and hopefully we get something by the end of these 2 hours, because I've lost a lot of money if we don't. 13 minutes to go, and our second God Sword Blade drop from a minion. Probably have time for maybe 2 or 3 more kills, and it's looking a little bit unlikely that I'm going to be seeing any Bandos drops here. We finished with a KC of 244 General Grandors. We've done the first 10 hours of Bandos and Old School RuneScape, and in my inventory I have all of the loot we received in those 10 hours. And here it is. It's a little bit underwhelming, to say the least. But we did manage to get ourselves the beautiful 1 in 5,000 chance General Grador Jr. This is my very first God War Dungeon pet on Fat Checks, and honestly, I don't see why people hunt this guy, because it's hideous. But yeah, we did manage to get the pet, which is the Silver Lining, and the total price in loot is around about 3.6 mil. We did 5 hours of Mage and 5 hours with range. We managed to get a total of 165 Bandos kills, and on top of that we used over 6 mil in runes alone, not including any other supplies. So in the total 10 hours we used a rough estimate of 7 mil in supplies, meaning that we actually lost 3.5 mil, but we did gain the pet. It is now time for us to hop over to the RuneScape free servers and try our luck over there. The money from the last episode of killing Revenants definitely came in handy, because I had, I think, like 10 mil, and now I have all of this awesome gear. I'm currently using the Masterwork full set, which for any of you guys that don't play RuneScape free is a tier 90 armor set. We have, of course, the Tazar Calquette cape, the Amulet of Souls, which is effectively all of the Zenite jewelry and an occult necklace, along with a Blood Fury rolled into one paired with Soul Split. The Lucky Dwarven Ring, and the Dragon Rider Lance. Very nice thing about all of this gear is when paired together, I can effectively turn Soul Split on and completely AFK Bandos. And after the last 10 hours of stress that I've had, I'm actually looking forward to. If any of you guys do know what this stuff is, I don't even know if this is tradable or not. We got 2 pieces just getting 40 KC there, but here we are. General Grador. He looks very different from the old school RuneScape version. Now the interesting thing about this is that I can actually go into this as an instance, and one of the really cool things I can do here is I can change the spawn speed. I can also change it to hard mode. However, I'm just gonna stick with the regular Bandos for now. We should get a lot of kills per hour on the fastest spawn timer, and let's see if our RNG is slightly better on these servers. Just to showcase how easy Bandos is to kill in this gear on RuneScape free, I pretty much just stand in one spot AFK with auto retaliate on. All I have to do is turn on Turmoil and Soul Split, let my familiar use his special attacks on the boss, and yeah, that's really about it. It was very AFK. And I kind of enjoyed that. It was definitely a lot different from killing Bandos on old school. Again, not entirely sure what this stuff is, but we just got a War Priest Bandos cape. I mean, it looks cool. I don't exactly know what this thing is, but damn, I'll take it. I seem to be getting this War Priest stuff a hell of a lot, so I'm just gonna assume it probably isn't as rare as I'd have hoped. 100 Bandos KC. Very significant, actually, and I will show you guys why when I'm finished with this trip. 639 rune KC. That's the very first trip completed. This is all of the loot that we managed to get from that trip. We did manage to get the War Priest Bandos Greaves, the boots, and also the cape, which leads me to believe that that might actually be all of the War Priests. We have the plate body, the helmet, and the gloves. So actually, yeah, I think that is actually the entire set of this War Priest stuff, which I'm still not 100% what this stuff actually is. I'll take it nonetheless. It says Bandos, so I'm definitely not going to be leaving it on the floor. And also, we did get a lot of clue scrolls, 7 hard and 3 elite. So I'm going to back these up, and I have something very cool to show you guys. Something I can do now with all the Bandos skills that I've had is I can actually come to this guy here, and I can unlock the portal for boss kills. And I can attune these to any of the bosses I think that I've killed 100 times, because these ones are highlighted. So I can put General Grandor right here, which now means I can just go straight through this, and it should take me just outside of the Bandos room. Perfect. Look at that. Alright, I just got a pair of dragon boots while getting KC here. And I don't know if these things are worth much right now. 12,000 gold, their ALC price. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alrighty-o, that is the very first official Bandos drop. Bandos Tacids. Kinda wish I got these things on old school RuneScape, but you know what? It is 1.5 mil. I ain't complaining. Last kill of this trip, and we got ourselves a starved ancient effigy. That is the second one, and as you guys can tell, we actually got a lot of loot from that. 10 snapdragons, Bandos Tacids, of course, which unfortunately by RuneScape 3 standards, not so good and don't look very nice, but hey, at least we got something. It's a pretty successful trip right there. That is a lot of loot. Oh, we got a BCP. I was so confused there. And we got a Dragon Med in the same kill. Huh. Dude, I really wish I had this luck on old school. My god, we would have made like almost 40 mil by now. Alright, I'll take it. I didn't realize I could get a D-Med at the same time. But hey, I'm not gonna complain. Very nice. And yeah, BCP and also Tacids already. It's been a little bit of time, but we have just received our third Bandos drop, the Bandos Boots, which I guess now in terms of armor for old school RuneScape, we have completed the entire Bandos set. Got Sword Shard 2 from the boss. Okay, I'll take it. 2 effigies, the Bandos chestplate, and the boots. And again, we are getting a lot of clue scrolls. I may do these at the end of the video, or I may make a separate video on these actually, because content. But yes, we now have the VCP and the Bandos Tacids and the boots, of course. Things are going pretty well right now. We are just about to be finished with the 10 hours of Bandos on RuneScape 3. I actually just hit a milestone of 700 Bandos bosses killed. So, 700 Bandos is killed in this 10 hours. I don't think I had any previous KC here. I'm pretty sure that any of the KC from the past has been scrapped, because when I did first start killing, I had 1 kill. That would mean in 10 hours we've killed 701 Bandos bosses. We unlocked the portal over here, which is really nice. I'm probably going to take another look at these rewards at some point, because I now have a fair few points, and I can definitely unlock some things here if any of this is worth value. Without any further ado, let's take a look at all of the loot we made. We have completed our 10 hours of Bandos. We finished up with a total of 701 KC, and this is all of the loot that we managed to receive in those 10 hours. We left a decent amount of loot on the floor. I tried to pick up these 6 here specifically. I picked up the huge plated rune salvage whenever I had the free inventory to do so, but we did manage to get ourselves 5 ancient effigies. We got 3 pieces of actual Bandos. The boots, the tassets, and also the Bandos chestplate. And on top of that, we managed to get ourselves 12 elite clue scrolls, 21 hard clue scrolls, which I plan to save these and hopefully do a comparison video from 07 to RuneScape 3 with these in its own segment. We got 2 Godsword shards, and to top it off, we also got ourselves the complete War Priest armor set from Bandos. Now, I'm not entirely sure what this armor is about. You guys are going to have to let me know down in the comments if you know what this armor does, but it does look pretty cool. I like the helm to it. And it definitely does look very priest-like. We're going to go throw all of this loot inside the Grand Exchange and see how much it equates to. Also worth adding, I did get a lot of GP from doing this and actual cash drops, but I was paying 200,000 coins per instance. So we went in with 85 million. And we've came out with 85 mil. So I'm just going to count any of the gold drops that we got from the boss as paying for the instance for the hour. Oh my god. Wow. Snapdragon seeds are less than 1,000 gold each. I thought these were good. Well, that's nice. Limpet roots are almost 5,000 each. So we got 3 mil just from the limps alone. As everything's sold off, as you can see, the Bandos on RuneScape 3 is significantly cheaper than on old school. Tassets on the old school server are around about 20 mil, and the BCP is around 16. And interestingly enough, the BCP is actually worth more than the tassets on RuneScape 3. That is all of the sellable items collected, and it looks as if we have profited 8.9 mil. Just for the sake of simplicity, we'll round that up to 9 million GP in total. Even though it wasn't as much as we made in the first video at the Revenants, that 9 mil definitely would have covered the cost of supplies, because the supply cost here was relatively low. The thing that I went through the most would probably be prayer flasks. And also, I used some of these demon scrolls for the familiar. Apart from that, the boss basically dropped everything we needed to stay there for as long as possible. At the recording time of this video, 1 mil old school RuneScape is the equivalent to 7.4 mil RuneScape 3. Meaning that if we were to convert this 9 mil to old school RuneScape, we would receive a whopping 1.3 mil old school RuneScape. Which, surprisingly enough, is more than we actually made on old school RuneScape for 10 hours of Bandos. At this point in time in RuneScape 3, I imagine the Bandos has been far surpassed in terms of gear that is now in the game that can just completely eradicate the stats that Bandos offers. I'm not too surprised the prices are quite cheap. It did come from 2007 after all. Guys, thank you very much for watching today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure you leave it a thumbs up, leave me a comment on what you would like me to kill next. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I will see you very soon.